What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Thought Therapy. This is a place for you to take your life to the next level. I just want to welcome everyone that's new here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Cameron, and this channel is about talking about spiritual stuff as well as personal growth things. And today, the topic that was on my mind is spending too much alone time. Is it bad for you? Or is it good for you? Or what's my perspective on it? So that's what we're going to be discussing today. Let's dive right in. Spending alone time. This is one of the most fundamental and crucial aspects, I feel like, of a spiritual awakening that a lot of people start to experience for the first time for some of them. A lot of people are extroverts or they're ambiverts, which is a mixture of extrovert and introvert together. And then they start to really lean towards the introverted side. So maybe they were once like in the middle where they like their alone time a little bit, and then they were extroverted too, but then it just starts to shift completely. Or you're a complete extrovert and then you shift completely to only wanting to spend time with yourself. Or you would rather stay home on a Friday nights instead of going out to the bars or going to spend time with a lot of people because you just want to spend this time with yourself. From my perspective, this is so powerful because you get to know who you actually are. So in my journey, I guess I would say, I began to really love spending time with myself. I was never one to really love being around people for a very extended long period of time. I love being social. I have like two sides of me. So I'm very social, I'm very introverted, and I really respect both sides of me. But there was a time when I was just extremely introverted, and I accepted it completely. I knew what was happening, and I accepted it, and it didn't really bother me. But for a lot of people, they just seem to not want to spend a lot of alone time with themselves, or they're scared to spend alone time with themselves, or for some reason, I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because they're afraid that they're going to lose their friends, or they're missing out on something out there, or whatever it may be. They're afraid to really be in the cave and really get to know who they are. So I'm here to say, do it. Actually spend this alone time with yourself. Be as hermit as you can, because the spiritual phase is going to show you all the things you need to do in order to become the person that you want to be. It's going to make you think beyond any other way that you've ever thought. It's going to make you feel emotions that you've never thought that you would feel. You're going to be unraveling layers of yourself and just seeing different sides of you throughout many months and many years of practice and of introspection. And so you're really just going to want to know who you are, and this alone time is going to allow you to find out who you actually are. And so if you're struggling with trying to spend alone time with yourself because people aren't accepting you for that, then the question I have for you is, are these people even like your real friends because they can't accept that you don't want to go out anymore and do things like that? Maybe they're not. The spiritual awakening is going to show you that, and the answers that you're going to find are going to come from you spending that alone time with yourself. A side note too is alone time really gave me the time to think, and I say that in so many of my videos. It's just to think. And if you just learn to love to think with your own mind, you're not being influenced by anyone else, you're not having any external activity, you're really going to come to answers so much quicker. The answers are just going to start to flow in because you are asking the questions yourself. You are listening to yourself. You're taking the time to heal. You're not going out to go do dumb things because you're just, you don't fit in that way anymore. And maybe you will eventually, but right now in your spiritual path, it's telling you to be alone, to understand you. So then when you're going out again, you can be yourself. You can be blossoming with authenticity. That's what this spiritual life is about as well. Being comfortable in the choices that you make and making the choices from an authentic standpoint. That only happens once you get to know who you are. And if you're struggling with loneliness and stuff like that, know that that's just a perspective of it. Because you can't be really lonely if you like the person you're alone with. I mean, think about that. And even if you are feeling like you are lonely, spend that time with your family or something. Really start to build a relationship with the people that you're living with, or the people that are around you instead of externals. I know let's say you have one best friend that really understands like your situation. Only hang out with them. Screw all the other people that don't understand. Develop a new relationship with your best friend. Develop a new relationship with your parents, with your sister, brother, whoever it is. Use this alone time with whoever you're with and see what happens. Truly see what happens, because this phase is such a beautiful phase, even though it hurts sometimes to be alone and be just wanting to be alone all the time. But it's worth it. Trust me, it's freaking worth it. And be smiling beyond ever once you're out of it. And then it's so much more exhilarating to go out and go do things once you've spent the time with yourself and got to know who you are. Because then you get to do whatever you want in life, and you know that it's the right way because you are choosing to do it. Anyways, this was kind of like a stream of consciousness video again. Nothing written down. It was just something that popped in my mind, and I was like, boom, I gotta make a video on this because it was on my mind. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Thought Therapy. I'm gonna go meditate because that sounds really great now. Enjoy your day, guys. Peace.